Hello there everyone, it's Aaron here from Push Square, and rounding out 2023 as one of the last AAA releases on PS5, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is almost upon us. This game hopes to bring fans of the Avatar movie series and to fans of open world adventures like Far Cry together. And if that sounds like your kind of thing, then here's everything you need to know about Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is a first-person open-world adventure game developed by Ubisoft Massive, the team behind the Division series. The game is set to launch on PS5 as a current-gen only title on December 7th. The game has a bunch of editions actually, going from the standard all the way up to the collector's edition. The standard edition comes with the game and the exclusive warrior pack. The gold comes with the season pass, an extra quest, and additional bonus content. The ultimate includes the ultimate pack and digital art book, and then the collector's edition comes with a physical copy of the ultimate edition, a 35cm statue of the hero, a 128-page art book, the resistance field notebook, a premium steelbook, AMP suit blueprint in A2 format, 3 lithographs, and a numbered certificate of authenticity. As mentioned, there is a season pass which will include the exclusive equipment and Ikran packs, a bonus quest, and 2 major story DLC, the Skybreaker and Secrets of the Spire, the latter of which will introduce a brand new area to the game. Okay, so let's break down some of the key features of this game. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora features a standalone story set in the Western Frontier, which is a new, unseen area in the Avatar universe. So for those wondering, although it looks the same, it's not the same forest featured in the first Avatar movie. To ensure maximum authenticity, Ubisoft Massive worked in collaboration with director James Cameron's company, Lightstorm. Now this was done to also push the possibilities of Ubi Massive's Snowdrop engine, hence the current gen only release. With this strong collaboration, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is considered canon within the Avatar universe. Lightstorm Vice President Joshua Izzo even hinted that elements from this game will influence, feature and pay off in Avatar 3 when it releases in 2025, noting that players may want to go back and revisit certain elements of the game after watching that film. Now onto the story. You play as a Na'vi and not an Avatar, so if you're curious, Na'vi are born to Pandora and are noted by 3 fingers and a thumb, whereas Avatars are created by combining human and Na'vi DNA and are noted by 4 fingers and a thumb. So that does mean that the game that says Avatar on the title doesn't actually have you playing as an Avatar. As a child though, you were abducted by a human faction called the RDA, raised and trained to fit their purpose. However, after their defeat and exile from Pandora after the events of the first film, you are left in cryosleep for 15 years. Somehow though, at the beginning of the game, you are released out into the plains of Pandora, which coincidentally seems to be when the RDA have made their way back to the planet too. That means that this game is set years after the events of the first film and shortly before the events of The Way of Water. So throughout the events of the story, it's up to you to reconnect with your lost heritage, learn the ways of your people, and protect the local clans from the RDA. In your travels, you'll come into contact with 3 different tribes: the Aranahe, the Zezwa, and the Kamatiri. Each has their own traditions and way of life, as well as certain skills. The Aranahe are known for their weaving skills, the Zezwa for its relationship with giant beasts called Zakru, and the Kamatiri for its affinity for healing and potion making. Each of the 3 tribes will have their own respective areas of which you will explore across the world's map. These areas include the Kinglor Forest, the Upper Plains, and the Clouded Forest. Now there's no real word on the size of Avatar's world. During our preview session we could only explore a specific area, but it was very grand, so from our initial impressions we'd put it on par with a Far Cry game, or maybe even slightly bigger. Traversing the world has a huge focus on verticality and parkour. You'll run and slide across the forest with some plants giving you speed boosts and things like vines being used to climb to higher branches. There will also be pads and giant leaves used to boost jumps and leap over large gaps. You'll also be able to high jump with a long press of X. However, another massive part of traversal is flight. A little into the game, you'll earn your very own Ikran, a flying creature from the films. This mount can be called at any time, even mid-air, making speedy traversal and quick access to higher platforms and ease. The game features a very minimal HUD, amplifying that immersion, but for a bit of help you have a sort of heightened vision which will highlight objective markers and items of interest. However, if you've got further to go or you just can't be bothered, then fast travel is also an option. The world itself is one of the most impressive aspects of Frontiers of Pandora. It's very much alive with vibrant flora and fauna, wandering wildlife, and various camps dotted around the map. You'll also come across RDA camps which tear away at the natural beauty of Pandora, but there are also abandoned RDA camps which have been reclaimed by Mother Nature. The infamous floating Hallelujah Mountains will of course feature in the game, and thanks to your ecran, you can fly up to them. Frontiers of Pandora also features a dynamic day and night cycle, which is especially cool for a game set on Pandora, since night introduces a bioluminescent look to its world. Very similar to the Far Cry series, wildlife roams the world, and you'll come across animals in need of help, animals fighting, or animals on the hunt for a tasty blue individual like yourself. Creatures include those seen in the movies, and new wildlife specific to the game. What can you actually find throughout the world though? Well, this is something we're a little unsure of. We know that there will be side quests, loot to discover, and RDA camps in need of clearing. Various Na'vi camps, both small and large, will be where side quests are found for the most part, with players then venturing out into the wild. Again, similar to the Far Cry games, hunting and foraging will play major parts in the gameplay experience as you collect plants and animal skins. Both of these will have an avatar spin though. Plants require you to find the right spot with your dual sense before pulling it from the stem. The cleaner the divide, the better the quality of the material. And scavenging animal remains will then see you perform a short little honouring, just like in the films. What you do with these materials is the interesting part. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora will allow players to craft meals and performance boosters, and you're able to discover and craft your own armours along with various colourings. These will amplify your combat experience, which aims to find a balance between stealth and all-out action. For the stealthier approach, you can equip Na'vi-inspired weapons like bows, spears and slings. Then for the more bombastic approach, you have human-inspired weapons like machine guns, shotguns and rocket launchers. When in combat, it looks like you're facing human enemies for the most part, with variants of either regular soldiers or those in mech suits. You can also take the fight to the RDA on the back of your ecran, facing off against their gunships. To diversify combat and exploration even further, there is also a skill tree which will cover 5 different bases: Survivor, Warrior, Maker, Hunter and Rider, which range from inventory space increases to the ability to take down stunned RDA mechs when on your ecran. Rounding things up then, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora will have full DualSense support, allowing you to feel the weight of your bow and the rumble of explosions. This also includes full 3D audio support, with the sound design being one of the highlights of our preview session. And lastly, something that has been really under-marketed, you can play through the whole game in 2-player co-op. And that is everything you need to know about Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Leave a like and comment if you're excited or even curious to check out this game. As a big Avatar fan myself, you know I've got to check this one out, I'm excited for it. But anyway, remember to stick with us here on the channel for the full review, and until next time, thank you for watching. I've been Aaron, and this has been Push Square.